really have to allow access? Of course I'm gonna allow the access for this game. It's dumb. That is weird. Galactic Cafe. Is this supposed to be part of the game? Because I don't... Why is the aspect ratio so weird? What the hell? No, which... This is so weird. This has never happened to me before. Whenever I record like games for the first time. I thought I set it up to be 1080p, but... Okay, there we go. Is it me or is the, there's like a white dot on the computer screen. This is, overlay. Advance. Hold on, advance. I think my computer could handle very high settings. It might be because I didn't... Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna record again just in case. I'm gonna also close the Discord in case that gets too distracting. So yeah, if this puts into the recording session, then blame the editor. Whoever that is. Yeah, that was an interesting thing that happened. Not sure why everything minimalized, but hopefully I could be fixed once we officially start. Okay, everything seems to be working fine so far. Beforehand, it was like loading this thing. You saw it for like a frame or second, though. It says Galactic Cafe and then like a repeat, and it was like there for like, I think, 3 minutes. And then afterwards, the aspect ratio for some reason was on 4:3. It was weird, but I think it seems like I got everything fixed. Even the mouse this time is not actually messing up. This looks like some weird Inception shit right there. But anyways, hey guys, it's Basing Here through and through here, and we are going to be playing the Stanley Parable. I don't know much about this game. However, I heard this is a very meta-like game in which the humor is certainly like the interaction between your gameplay and the narrator is it's entertaining. So let's just go over that, okay? So let's begin the game and see what's like. The end is never, the end is never, the end is never, the end is never. Okay, the end is loading. That's an interesting title screen. So you can tell just from the way the game's presented itself that it is certainly a type of game that I don't think you should watch this Let's Play if you really want to get the full... the only reason why you want to watch this Let's Play is to see my reaction towards this. This is going to be a blind Let's Play. I have no knowledge about this whatsoever. The only thing I know about it are some reviews, and even so, like, I managed to like try to avoid watching the footage itself, but just mostly listen to it kind of like a podcast. I think Some Call Me Johnny is definitely the person that basically recommended me to play through this game, along with Far From Subtle, and who else was there? I think Ghost Robo, but I forgot. I think like Ghost Robo was like the first person that like, caught my attention to play this game. So I'll say
this is the story of a man named Stanley.
All right. That's where
Stanley
the
worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Seems like a very easy job.
Was happy.
And if it pays big bucks, then, you know, might as well. I don't mind doing that.
Something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
I don't think there's even anyone
his
here.
years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alright. Before we do anything, hold on, let me check the sensitivity. Can I check the sensitivity? Mouse sensitivity? It's not really the mouse sensitivity. I'm using a controller, but I don't know if that did anything. I think it might have, but I can't really notice because I noticed the thing was moving a little bit too slow for my liking. So step out of the office. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
no.
decided to go to the
This
meeting
is a very
room.
old looking
Perhaps
office.
he
The
had
fucking
simply
Windows like
misremembered.
XP or some
No
shit.
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
That doesn't seem good. Huh. What the X button do? Place a sound effect, but I think it's just an interactable button. Press the printer. No. This thing looks like I could like work or anything. It's not even a crouch button. Like what the hell? You think we're like a first-person shooter type of game, or not really first-person, but a first-person perspective type of game? You think the essentials of like a jump or a crouch button would be needed, but nothing. Oh, I turned the computer off. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to do that or not. 424. Is this a mirror or is this a completely different room? Oh wow. No, it's a completely different room. I see. 426. Yeah, it's a different room. Okay. I really don't want this to be just like a hallway simulator.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But the right door's open.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay. So you do have complete freedom, despite the fact that you are also, like, going against the orders of the narrator, I'm guessing? I can interact with every door if I want to, but it doesn't seem to do anything. I'm not seeing a gold hinge either, so I don't think they're openable as well.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yep. Speaking of drinking, do I not have the money? Oh, come on. It's only $1.25. Dude, that is way cheaper than...
Really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Wait, where are the paintings? Oh shit, you got me captivated by the paintings now. Joke's on you, narrator. I am now
At this point,
entranced.
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Aw. You know, Stanley's just a misunderstood little fella, you know that? Maybe he just wants some social interaction. People find him weird, that he's always
Stanley
accustomed
sat
to his
around
work.
waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Yeah, I think this game is very self-aware. So, it's all upon the player, and the narrator is basically your buddy trying to couch potato you, or couch play you. Is that the word? Like when you have like a backseat gamer behind you, telling you what to do and whatnot. But yeah, $1.25, that's cheap for a drink, especially if you consider where I live. Fucking like every single like Pepsi would cost like $2.25. So, ugh. Anyways, I think we're done.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
But open door to his left. Wow, what kind of room layout is this? But there's a door in front of me that I could go to as well. What if I defy you?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay. So, I think it's a little bit entertaining to see, like, what can you do to defy the narrator's actions. What's this? Warning, do not jump off the cargo lift while in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000. Wouldn't that kill me, though?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
For her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Are you sure I'm supposed to be in here? Or, back here? Nothing happened. Okay, nothing happened. Wait. What if... Oh no, there's fences. God damn it. I was saying, like, there's an area in which I think I could walk to go to a different area, but it seems like it's fenced off, so I can't really do much here. Is that the only option, then? I like it when the game gives me decisions. It makes me feel very adequate whenever I defy those decisions. Alright, fine. Here. This looks very suspicious, sir. I do not feel comfortable. I know my rights. And I do know that if I get out of this alive, you'll be in big trouble, mister. Are you sure that's... Let me check around, just in case. So I'm doing this for her. I've been neglecting my wife or something? Because of my workload? Huh?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
You are sounding very egotistically sad, sir. But there is something...
As Stanley picked up the phone, a red light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to
I didn't
be
know
a
this thing
choice.
was
How did you do
unpluggable. I thought it was
You
a wire.
actually
Oh, I know. This is one of these old-timey
chose
telephones.
incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double-check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll
This is a
credits.
very quick game if that's the
Not
case.
picking up
That's
the phone
I'll make
is
for a
actually
boring
somehow
game,
an
sir.
incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Oh.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you
I
run
think
around
I've been
in
making
this
all
game
the
for
incorrect
so long.
choices.
If you've made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not
But this is the
grasp
thing. This
the
is a video
severity
game.
of the
I
situation?
go to
Well,
a
I
video
won't
game
have
to
that
escape
kind of risk
real
on
world,
my
you know?
watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example,
see.
in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember
Well, it
that
depends.
unlike here, the
Realistically,
real world
yes,
makes
I will
sense,
help
and
them.
at no time should
But
you
in a
make
video
a choice
game, because
that
I
does
have the
not
freedom to
conform
have that
rational
choice.
logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
It's 2 p.m. by the time I'm recording this. Practice. What's the mouse doing over here? Okay.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is
What
the
the
best
fuck?
part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals
Okay, I wouldn't do
recommend
that if
making
I
at least
wanted to.
8 choices per day. Do you make more than
8 choices?
Less? And finally, if
I
you
don't know,
begin
I
to wonder if
probably
your
make a
choices
lot
are
of choices for
actually
my daily
meaningful
life.
and whether you'll ever make a significant
Daily.
contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feelings should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Okay, so this game wants me to... What the
Welcome
fuck?
back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see
But what if
the
I'm not a
correct
real
thing to
human
do
being?
would have been.
What if I'm just a
This
figment of your
way, please.
imagination, Mr. Narrator? Oh, god damn it. Okay, we're doing this again. So we're going backwards and what? The first decision we made was like the left and right door method, right?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character
Wait.
dying senselessly
it.
halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Okay. So we're just backtracking. This is basically telling me that I just have to progress through the story if I want to. Alright. Oh my, this is a long backtrack, so maybe I should listen to the narrator.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story
Back
will
to the
have resolution
correct
once
ending.
again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Nope. Still nothing on the doors. Okay.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
If I'm supposed to follow you guys, then why are you giving me the option regardless? I know the fucking infomercial says that it's best to rather save people rather than burn them on fire or some shit, but this is a video game, so that's the beauty of the video games, that it gives you complete fucking freedom to do whatever the hell you want. I want to go back to see what's like.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're
Oh,
not
shit.
too late.
Okay. I guess I really fucked up then. Maybe I do have bad choices after all. Sorry, sir.
Oh, it's ruined.
Jesus.
I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why?
Okay,
For
David
what?
Cage.
What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that
You're
knowledge.
everywhere?
I'll have to live with it forever.
Alter.
Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work?
Are you gonna install my game?
What's the answer?
What is it,
What
Doki
do I
Doki?
do? What do I do? What do I...
I can still
No,
go
I
over
have
if you
to.
give me a jump button.
I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Uh-oh. So, I think I got the bad ending. Holy fuck, again, even more of a desolated wasteland.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to
Kinda,
see?
yeah.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He
Yeah,
actually
you
knows how
could
to
say
do
that,
what I
it's
tell him
just
to.
that,
He understands
like I
that
said,
if I say
like,
to do something, there's a
I'm not the
damn good
type of
reason
person
for
that will
it.
make very good real-life
That
decisions,
thought
that's
hadn't
all.
even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Well, I wish I was. Being an adult sucks, you know?
My story.
Pay taxes, have to work all
If
day.
you'd just gone through the door on the left,
Being
you
an
would
adult
have
is
seen
basically
there
like
was a
being a
whole
child,
underground
except
facility.
more
You would have destroyed it
responsibilities.
and been victorious. It would have been so perfect.
Any
I
kids out
worked
there
so
that you're
hard
watching
on it.
this right
I
now,
tried so hard.
enjoy your life while you're at it because it's gonna be even worse from there on out.
Behave exactly as Stanley would.
Oh,
That
shit.
means
Oh,
choosing
I get it, okay.
responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm
Okay,
quite
I gotta
sure you'll be
retry
up
at
to the
least.
task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
I think we should take a quick break for that then. We'll say that we just got the first bad ending and part 1 we'll say finale or something. Anyways, we'll be right back with the next episode of Stanley Parable. Stay tuned.